Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's YongYea here and welcome to a Skyrim Force Unleashed news update video. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys have not heard from me in regards to Skyrim Force Unleashed in a long time. It's been a while since my last Force Unleashed news update, and in fact it's been a while since my last episode. But I can promise you guys, episode 3 is coming. In fact, that is my next sort of major project that I'm going to really focus on. I tried various other different projects because I wanted to explore what else you could do with sort of, machinimation, what I could do with the console commands, what are the mods were out there that could help me make these, machinimations better. And I can tell you guys that after all those previous projects that I've done, like the Welcome to the Dark Brotherhood ones, the Skyrim shorts, the Skyrimification, the Skyrim-fied trailers, like the Thumbception trailer, I've learned so many new techniques that I could apply to Force Unleashed that can make the series so much better. In fact, now when I look back at episode 1 and 2, I just realized, like, there's so much crap that I could have done differently that would have made him better. But at the same time, I'm not gonna, do a remake or anything. I think it's good that those are there because it sort of shows my progression. I can feel it myself when you watch episode 1, Force Unleashed episode 1, and you watch Thumbception or Welcome to the Dark Brotherhood or Skyrim Cinema even, each consecutive video, I can tell it gets better, Skyrim Force Unleashed now, the first episode is just like, I could have, it's like looking back at old artwork when I was a kid. That's what it feels like. That's how it always feels like when I look back at my previous work, and it's no different now, which shows that I have been improving, and I can promise you guys, Force Unleashed episode 3 is going to be that much better just because I have the time to sort of learn more things and focus on other projects and sort of clear my mind a little bit from Force Unleashed. But now I'm going back full force with Force Unleashed episode 3, Infiltration of the Fuskendorf. This is going to be more of a stealth style sort of an episode. The first episode was sort of the advent, the beginning of everything. It was the inception of everything. That one wasn't sort of... Yeah, it had a little bit of action, a little bit of dialogue, a lot of dialogue actually, and a lot of whispering, as many people pointed out. But it was just sort of me experimenting with this idea of being able to make movies with video games. Then episode 2, I focused more on sort of the ascension of the Fuskendorf, how he rose to power, how he was trained. His training was sort of the main focus. Episode 3 now is going to be more about him retrieving this lightsaber, and a lot of people are flipping out of, not most of you guys, but some of you guys out there are flipping out about the lightsaber thing. And first things first, this is, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you right now because you need to get over this. This is a crossover between Skyrim and Star Wars. It's called Force Unleashed for a reason. And as weird as that sounds, why do you want to do a Skyrim and a Star Wars crossover? I don't know, it just came to me because I had these mods and it looked really cool, I felt like a Jedi, and I'm like, I need to make a movie out of this, okay? And that's how I started this, and, it sounds like silly, it sounds really fan-fiction-y, but, I think it's working out pretty well story-wise, and, it has its silly, cheesy moments, but hey, that's how Star Wars is, and, I think a little bit of cheesiness sort of, makes it a little bit, gives it a little hint of Star Wars, but... anyways, the lightsaber thing. First of all, first things first, I don't know why you should be freaking out when this is a Star Wars Skyrim crossover. And second of all, there's actually a story behind it. It's not just, hey, let's take some shit from Star Wars and shove it in Skyrim just for the hell of it. I think about it, and I think if it can somehow fit, then I'll put it in there. If there's no way I can fit it in there, then forget it. And Skyrim, as you know, there's a race called the Dwemer, the dwarves, as most people like to call them. These guys, essentially, they are technologically advanced. They're like centuries ahead of everyone else's time. They got all this technology, like steam-powered stuff, and they use soul gems to power certain, machines and automatons like the ones you see in Skyrim. So, for those who want to know how lightsabers fit within the lore of Skyrim, I breezed through this in episode 3, just so, just in case people really want to freak out. It's just there's a little dialogue that basically explains it, but essentially the lightsaber is a weapon crafted by Fuskendorf's Dwemer predecessor. There's been various Fuskendorfs throughout the times, the way there's been many Dovahkiins throughout the time. There's been various Dragonborns, this is one of those times where there was a time during which there was a Dwemer Fußgänger. This Dwemer Fußgänger felt like they needed a weapon, a special weapon, from which that could harness the force, the Fuß, into something of greater power than a regular blade. So how lightsabers work in the lore of Force Unleashed is that they sense the Fuß. They sense that the only way to even activate it is for there to be a Fußgänger, a Force warrior wielding this weapon. They're the only ones who can activate this weapon, because the weapon has been crafted in a way so that it only senses the Fuß, the Force. So only Fußgängers can use it. At the core, the thing that makes the light, the zoom, the blade, the lightsaber blade come out is the soul gem. There is a special soul gem crafted by the Dwemer, specially made, sort of custom made, that allows it to sort of create that effect. There's explanation behind it. I thought about it. It's not something I just shoved in. So just get over the whole lightsaber thing. It's gonna happen. In fact, it was my inspiration for beginning Force Unleashed, the lightsaber mod. So freaking get over it, because there's gonna be lightsabers in this fucking series. You can't do anything about it, and it's gonna be awesome. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll answer any questions you have about the whole lightsaber thing. I just never expected people to just freak out about it. Like, what were you expecting? So I just had to get this out there. So basically, a Dwemer artifact created by a Dwemer Fußgänger, a predecessor. There's been many Fußgängers throughout the times, and there was one that was a Dwemer, and he was the one who first created the lightsaber. And now it's been found again somehow. I'll go into that in episode 3. And now it's up to the Fußgänger, the one in Force Unleashed, to find this weapon so he can sort of become that much more powerful using this special weapon crafted specifically for Fußgänger. So there you have it. It's a Dwemer artifact, and the mechanics behind it, soul gem, etc. Senses the Force, specially crafted, custom made, etc. So there you have it. Stop freaking out about it. Lightsabers are gonna stay. So boom, done. And next thing I want to talk about is episode 3 is coming out. It's a stealth mission, and it's gonna be sort of a different dynamic than before. The whole thing is gonna be a stealth mission. It's not gonna be as much dialogue as there has been in episode 1 and episode 2. Episode 1 and episode 2 really talks about, the descension and ascension of the Fußgänger, and there's a lot of things that I need to explain. But I want to make episode 3 a little more focused on sort of a little more actiony. It's gonna be stealth actiony. It's not gonna be explosions actiony, but it's gonna have a good amount of action and a good amount of exposition. So look forward to episode 3. Stop freaking out about the lightsabers, and I promise you guys, episode 3 is going to be even better now than I ever imagined. Now that I had the opportunity to further experiment with machinimation, with Welcome to Dark Brotherhood, Skyrim, cinema, and the filmception. I learned a lot of new things. So I promise you guys, I know it's been a long wait, but it's going to be worth it, because now the episode is going to be that much better. That much better. There you go. Yeah, expect episode 3, probably not this week. I'll try to have a trailer up by next week, so most of it should be done, but the most realistic timeline to expect episode 3 is 2 weeks from now. Not exactly 2 weeks from now, like 2 weekends from now. So this weekend, I'm probably not going to release anything. Next weekend, I'm going to be releasing the trailer, and then the weekend after that, that's probably the time frame during which I'm going to release episode 3. So I guess that's 3 weekends, 2 weeks and a half, 3 weekends. So yeah, I know that I really want to make this, as good as possible. So I know it's going to be a long wait, but it's going to be worth it. I'll see if I can throw anything in between. Not like some half-ass thing. I mean, like maybe something in between, but it's highly unlikely. I really want to focus on this, make sure that it gets done on time and that it's done right, and that it's done as good as possible, and that I even improve further upon what's been done with Filmception, Welcome to the Dark Brotherhood, etc. And the reason it takes so long to make these is because, unlike some of those things that I've been doing, a lot of the stuff isn't scripted, and I have to do like 10 minutes of it. 10 minutes of unscripted sort of arranging of the AI, the environment, so it's a lot of work. So just stay with me. You know, like the Welcome to Dark Brotherhood, everything was done by the game. All I had to do was take a camera and just film it, you know, in various ways, and make up my own story. And you know, the only thing that I really interact with was Dovahkiin. But apart from that, everything was sort of in game. And Filmception, that one was not scripted at all. There was nothing there that was. Well, there were some things in there, but for the most part, I had to make up my own things, just get creative with it. But it was only like 2.5 minutes long, so I could sort of get that out in like the timeline of a week. But this one is really sort of a bigger project. It's not a Skyrim short nor a Skyrim fight trailer. This is a sort of a project that I'm taking seriously. And if you want, yeah, and Skyrim Cinema, a lot of people have been asking about that too. After I released Force Unleashed, I'll probably do like maybe another sort of either a Skyrim short or Skyrim fight trailer, and then I'll sort of start working on Skyrim Cinema. The thing is, I'm almost done with college. I only have this semester to go, so my plan, like currently, I feel like I should start on that project once I get college out of the way, because Skyrim Cinema is really going to be time consuming. It's going to be like an hour to 2 hour, like full-fledged movies. So it's going to be like a significant undertaking, so I feel like I should work on that like maybe when I really have complete sort of peace and free time. So for now, I'm just going to do Force Unleashed and some Skyrim shorts and Skyrim fight trailers. And once I have a little bit of downtime, I'll work on Skyrim Cinema. I have a lot planned. Okay, so just stay here, stay tuned, and I promise you guys you won't be disappointed. But yeah, episode 3, it's gonna be awesome. Look forward to it. It's scripted. I know what's gonna happen. I know sort of how things are gonna look like. Now it's a matter of sort of putting everything together. So it's gonna be great. I'll see you guys 2.5 weeks from now with 2 weeks from now. Well, God, I don't know. Now a week and a half from now for the trailer, and then a week later for the full episode. That's my plan. We'll see how it goes. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much, and YongYea out.